Next topic is role of tendons and ligaments. Chapter 13 Sport and Movement Biology Class 10. Role of tendons and ligaments in sport and movement is very much important. Before we discuss their role, we should know that both the tendon and ligament are connective tissue. The tendons are tough connective tissue, but as compared to the tendons, ligaments are flexible connective tissue. Being flexible does not mean that ligaments are not strong, but ligaments are as strong as tendons are. Being flexible gives ligaments their role, and being tough gives tendons their role. Both, although being connective tissue, our bones are also connective tissue, but these are softer as compared to the bones. They are hardest connective tissue. Bones are hardest connective tissue. Tendons are tough connective tissue and ligaments are flexible connective tissue. Now we discuss their role. Tendons have their function to join one bone to another bone. Tendons have the function to join one bone to a muscle. How do they do so? It is like this. Imagine this is the bone present in our forearm. And these two are the bones present in our hind arm. Our upper arm consists of one bone, this called humerus, and our lower arm consists of two bones called radius and ulna. Now a muscle is attached here. This portion of shoulder girdle or this bone of shoulder girdle is called scapula or spatula. Here a tendon is attached with this bone, and to this tendon a muscle is attached. Again, the other end of the muscle, which is attached to the other bone, is attached with the help of tendons. You see, this muscle is attached to this bone at one end and to this bone at another end. Only because of tendons. If there are no tendons, there will be no attachment of this muscle at both ends. So the important function of tendon is to attach a bone to a muscle. This bone is attached to this muscle because of tendons, and this bone is attached to this muscle because of the tendons in between. If we cut the tendons at start of it and at last of it, the muscle will not be attached to the bone. The function of tendon is not only to attach the muscle with bones, but tendons also apply a pulling force. When the muscle will contract, tendons will pull the part of the bone to which muscle is attached. For example, if this muscle will contract, it will become small, it will become short, and it will go to that side. When this muscle will move to that side, these bones which are attached to this end of the muscle will rise up like this. Your arm will be bent at elbow. It will move upward by the contraction of this muscle. This muscle is called biceps. And this starting part of the muscle which is attached to immovable bone is called origin. And this part of the muscle which is attached to movable bone is called insertion. When biceps will contract, the tendons attached to it will be pulled and forearm will get rise. So tendons not only attach the muscle to the bones, but they also help the muscles to make the movements. Now we discuss about the role of ligaments. The function of ligaments is to attach one bone to another bone. Because bone are the hardest tissue, so if the connective tissue which is attaching two bones is not flexible, then bones will be locked and there will be no movement resulting. So the one rule, the one function of ligaments, and the most important function of ligaments is attach one bone with another bone, and it helps the dislocation of the bones. Imagine this is one bone of the vertebral column and this is another bone of the vertebral column. Between these two bones there is present a ligament. This ligament will allow a slight movement of the vertebrae, these small disc-shaped bones. It will not let one bone to come out of its position. Imagine this is flexible ligament and this is a single vertebra sitting on it, and this is the vertebra below this ligament. If vertebra will move to this side, it will take this shape, this position, and it will not get dislocated, mean it will not change its position. It will be in its right place. But if we remove the ligament, the vertebra will get locked into the vertebra which is present below, and this is called dislocation, changing of the location of a bone. Being the bone out of order is a consequence of removal or absence of ligaments. For example, when your eyes keep on blinking, the reason for this is a similar effect, a similar structure The ligament which is holding the lens or eyeball in place is not working properly. Dislocation of bones causes too much severe pain and urgent need of setting the bones to their proper position. So both the tendons and ligaments play very much important role in our body. Tendons being tough connective tissue, ligaments being flexible connective tissue. Tendons connect a bone to a muscle and ligaments connect a bone to another bone.